So welcome. It's Friday again. That happened fast. It seems like this week. And I thought today we'd send ourselves off into the weekend, reacquainting ourselves with some of the options that we have as they relate to breath and how we can use that to just downregulate our nervous system when needed. So I love this quote by Andrew Huberman, sorry. Deliberate breath makes the mind visible. So the idea being, if we can remember to breathe deliberately. I'll sort of demonstrate what that means in a minute. It actually helps us drop into the body and relate to what's going on in the mind. And a really rudimentary, overly simplistic way of thinking about this, just so you have the visual in your mind, is so this is the side view of a human brain. The area that's highlighted is called the anterior cingulate cortex. And I want you to notice how, so this person is looking, the eyes and nose are on the left-hand side of the screen and the back of the head is on the right. So we're looking at it sideways. And that big archipelago in the middle, that's jutting up from the bottom, you can think of that as that's part of the brain stem, right? So all of the sensory experiences from our five senses come shooting through our skin, our nose, and elsewhere up the spinal cord and drop straight into this area. And we call this this is the brain stem, or direct connection to the limbic system. This is why we feel things and usually react physiologically long before we can make sense of it mentally or cognitively. And that's because on the far left hand side of the screen is the prefrontal cortex, so the area behind the our eyebrows, and that's our executive center. That's the part that says, whoa, wait a second, I'm overreacting to whatever might be going on here. So the anterior cingulate cortex modulates, or sort of the bridge between these impulsive reactive data that come up through our spinal cord into the brain, and the prefrontal cortex says, wait a second, what do I do with this information? So think of what we're about to do today as a kind of ACC workout of sorts. And so we're going to use breath to do that. And the reason breath works is when we're reacting, the body knows exactly what to do in terms of how to speed up the breath or give ourselves whatever oxygen or CO2 dumps that we need in order to accomplish the task at hand, which our ancestors, or for our ancestors, was usually some form of survival. So if we intentionally slow that down and control the breath, we're in essence sending a signal to the brain and the nervous system that says there's no danger, because you wouldn't be able to hold your breath or control the out breath if you were in fact running away from a wild animal. So there's three techniques, and we'll just do a few rounds of each. And just think of these as a reminder or a primer for as you go into the weekend. You have these at your disposal at any time. You can do them in the car. You can do them while you're cooking. You can do them while you're in conversation with someone. You can sort of just, the hard part here is remembering to do this stuff. Okay, so the first one is box breathing. That's because we inhale to a count of 4, we hold to a count of 4, exhale to a count of 4, and then hold again. So let's we're going to try 3 different techniques. Let's do them one at a time. In between, when we take a break and go to the next one, just allow the body to breathe on its own, and simply notice if the body and the mind feel any different than they did before we started this. So let's start practicing box breathing. So close your eyes. First, just notice the quality of breath, bringing your attention to the body breathing, not trying to change anything, but simply noticing the body breathing. Breath is a kind of interface between the body and the mind. Just noticing if or how the quality of breath in this moment is reflective of how the body feels, how the mind feels. Now we're intentionally just going to do 5 rounds of box breathing before we move on to the next one. And just try the practice, and then we'll take a break and again notice how the body and mind feel. So inhale to a count of 4. So here we go. Take a deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and then hold the out breath. 2, 3. We're going to slow it down. So in, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Slow out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Now even slower. So slow in. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, and hold the out breath. 2, 3, 4. Slowing down some more. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. And the slowest one yet. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Slow out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. And now just relax. Let the body breathe. Just noticing if there's any effect on the mind, mood, how the body feels. And while we're just hanging out breathing, I'm going to introduce the next one. This is called 4-7-8 breathing. So we inhale to a count of 4, then we hold for longer to a count of 7, and then a really slow out breath to a count of 8. And if you can, sort of purse your lips a little bit, like on the exhale. So let's try that. So here we go. So in, 2, 3, 4, and hold for a count of 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and slow out breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Immediate inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And inhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just relax. Noticing quality of breath now. We let the body breathe on its own. Again, just taking stock of sensations in the body, mind, feels. And we're going to jump into the last technique here, which is called the physiological sigh. So we inhale quickly to a count of 1, and then we sip on top of it, and then a slow exhale. So it looks like this. Here we go. In, sip, slow exhale. 2, 3, 4. And in, sip, and out. 2, 3, 4. We're going to slow it down here. So slow inhale, sip, and out. 2, 3, 4. One more in, sip, and out. 2, 3, 4. Last one, make it as slow as possible. Slow in, sip, and the slowest exhale possible. Again, just let the body breathe. Let's just hang out here, noticing the changes in our oxygen and CO2 levels in the brain, the body. And the impact that has on how we feel. Breath is one of those rare bodily functions that just happens on its own, but that we can also intentionally control. We can't really do that with our heart rate or our digestion or our kidneys. They just do their thing, but breath is something that we can deliberately change, thereby affecting the state of our nervous system. And when you're ready, go ahead, open your eyes. Come on back to the session. And see from the background, you can notice the state of the body, mind. My guess is that everyone's nervous system has chilled out a little bit, and that's because we're activating a parasympathetic response. And again, the reminder here is all weekend long, you have any or all of these techniques at your disposal if you need them. So hope that was a good reminder. You guys have an amazing weekend, and see you on Monday.